It's the Game of the MTG Gathering Show.
Oh, right, we have a stip. Sephiroth stip. Thanks for that reminder. So Yawg and Sephiroth are doing similar things, huh? Sacking creatures, drawing cards. Seems like a good direction. Demonic Tutor can help us cut black and also find our Sephiroth more often. Luris wouldn't be a bad sack engine, like a recursion engine for repeated sack effects. Just play it as a normal Luris. Fire Covenant is solid, as are these black removal spells. Could just take a Polluted Delta. Currently, we don't know what our second color is going to be, but the Delta would be a fine fetch regardless. By fetching black duels. Kind of leaning towards this Go for the Throat. Nice to be able to kill things. Jadar gives us some nice sack fodder. Pest Infestation would be a lot of sack fodder. Yeah, Recurring Nightmare loops, but Reanimate is so efficient. We're just going to take it as a value spell here. If we'd taken the Recurring Nightmare, we might have been on Fury here. As is, I think I like this Carnage. Might even end up mono black. Blood Artist, nice. Another Drain effect to complement Sephiroth. I guess Yawg and Blood Artist is kind of like a build your own. Maybe. Although if I'm doing Lingering Souls type stuff, I might prefer Air Temple to Adeline. Adeline costing the same amount as Sephiroth is awkward too. And the double white. Thinking about Hellrider. It also drains in a way. And Seer Slicer Goblin gives you some nice sack fodder. I guess so does Bob in a different way. One nice thing about being just extremely black or mono black so far is that it does help cut the color better. There are fewer black cards going around. Less people likely to take my Sephiroth in the next pack or two. Are there any angels in this cube? Yeah, there's like a 3/4 that lets you rebuy something from your graveyard. It's the only one that comes to mind. Pest Infestation seems better than Midnight Reaper. Little Mox, even if it's an off-color one, currently. Hey, well, watch Street Warren. Are we planning to do the thing with the squirrel? I wasn't planning on it, but we did get that Pest Infestation very late, didn't we? And we have a few other token producers with the Jadar here. Could work out. I'd kind of like some discard. Let me slow the opponent down a little bit. Bitterbloom Bearer is a solid amount of sack fodder. Booster Tutor is very fun, and Karakas is just quite good. We do already have a Mox Pearl in the mana base. Yeah, if I pass Booster Tutor or Karakas, I won't get it on the comeback, but I'll probably get the Bearer on the comeback. Mostly choosing which of these I want in my deck. Might as well be white. Yeah, now that we have Air Temple, Karakas, and Mox Pearl, it's like, okay, well, seems like a solid spot for Lingering Souls. That's kind of what we were thinking of when we grabbed the Abandoned Air Temple, and then we were fed the couple picks of cube power there. Sword's still good after all these years. Parallax Wave solves some problems for the deck, but I'm tempted by this Elspeth, right? If we're doing tokeny type things. Yeah, Elspeth's on theme. I think Parallax Wave would win slightly more, but I think Elspeth's just too cute to pass up here. Jay Wallace says, oh shit, it's Caleb cubing. You know it. Don't you know it? That's true, Bardaboos. Elspeth is also busted. Helps a lot. I think I agree with you, Lupa Crudo. There are a few too many turtles in here. Get another color up in this. Their Fiend's Tower is a black-white duel. Yeah, mono black 4-color, let's go. Heck of a deck for a Skull Clamp. The dam is mighty tempting. It's possible I should be grabbing that dam. But we kind of need fixing too. Hey, good morning, Emily. I don't hate the grief. I got this Chrome Mox. I'm such a sucker for Chrome Mox. The Chariot that we just passed. That's a pretty good token producer. Troll can tutor up duels. I think I'm just going to grab Shielded. More Drain to complement Sephiroth's. If we had one! Scrubland, there we go. Couple of recursive black threats there. So currently we only need like 4-ish more playables. So we need to vote more picks to mana if we want. Yeah, not a lot of black fetches left. We passed Polluted Delta and Marsh Flats in pack 1. That Grist is tempting, but I'm going to grab the Godless Shrine. Very easy for us to just shave a color here, too. Well, we got a Chatterfang. I guess we're not shaving green. Alright, how serious am I about this Blood Crypt is the question. Let's Goblin Bombardment. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Ida, 8, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 3 months there. Yeah, so we didn't find the namesake card we were looking to draft, but I think what we did do is develop a shell where it would fit in pretty well if we'd found it. Really good chance of flipping it here, especially with a Bombardment Splash and the Yawgmoth in there. Ways to recur it if they put an answer to it, that sort of thing. Yeah, pretty easy to cut the red. And then I would need to add 2 cards here. Could just play some Piddly removal. The E-Tutor's not bad. There's a Mox Pearl to grab for acceleration, or you could grab Copter or Chariot. I'd like it a lot better if there was Skull Clamp in here, and then I could tutor up a Draw Engine too. Oh, there's Animate Dead, actually. Being able to get Animate Dead's kind of cute. Should Oust always be in? No. it's like fine. It's not as good as Swords, right? It's like about as good as Tragic Trajectory. Send no more tokens for the squirrel. I guess I dig that. Hey, we got the grist back. This is 8 white sources. I don't know how they're only counting 6. Even if they're not counting Mox Pearl, it should still be 7, right? 1. They're just not counting Verge, maybe. Well, anyway, I feel pretty good about this number of white sources. Yeah, the Moxen are kind of necessary because we're not really doing anything on turn 1, right? So the Moxen to jump the curve to 2 seem pretty important. The Verge will often not work as a white source. It will for Elspeth. Yeah, the time that I need it to be a white source, it'll be a white source. Could cut the Sentinel. Just reduce some of my green requirements here. I kind of dig that. I don't know. Much better. I think when I've been Chariot, even though it's like one of the better cards in the hand. The issue is it doesn't imprint on this Chrome Mox. So next turn I either want to imprint the Animate Dead or the Yawg, fire off the Grist, get it rolling. And as good as Animate Dead is to like rebuy things that Grist milled, we don't have that many like good creatures in the deck. -2. I may sack a creature. I have no creatures. Your turn. Opponent's got a lot of mana to work with this turn. Terrifying. You remember when they used to plow under you on 5 mana? You love Plow Under? We should make a cube where Plow Under is like just the best card. Yeah, it's opponent's sitting there looking at their green creatures like, yeah, this isn't gonna fucking, yeah, no, okay. Alright. So if they're not pumping figures because they want to hold up something. Probably a flash critter here. Huh. I don't get what they're holding up then. I wonder if I'm just supposed to Lingering Souls here and then save the Chatterfang for the turn I flash back the Lingering Souls. I could have done that on their turn and played the figure. Okie dokie. Still has Forest Walk, so. Yeah, if they activate the figure there, then I respond with Chatterfang and only have to lose a squirrel to eat the figure. Ooh. Well, let's do that. Oh, that's kind of scary. Nice auto tapper. It was fine. Like we still had white up with the Mox Pearl there, right? Yeah, I hope they don't just have another reanimation effect for this Primus. I guess we'd still have swords for it. Wouldn't be the end of the world. Rewrote the Animate Dead. Animate Dead the Primus. Made me look real fucking stupid. Just gonna do this now. You like giving it a -1/-1 counter with Yawgmoth, and then potentially Pest Infesting the Animate Dead. Could have done. Yawgmoth probably draws you into a green source for the Pest Infest. Would have been a cute line for sure. Killing the Animate Dead on Primus would indeed trigger the persist ability, yeah. Because Primus would die. Yeah, Emily, the first one I saw was the recall, and I was like pretty disappointed by it. I was like, this seems kind of just like a cheap way to grab attention and stuff. And then when I saw more of them, and I saw that they had like Sign in Blood and stuff, I was like, oh, okay, this is just a way to like reduce card complexity, right? Or at least it has that aspect of it. You don't have to read the entire additional card. It's just like Sign in Blood. I know what that does. I don't need to. Now I know what the extra ability on this card is. I enjoy that aspect of it a lot. Slowing down my curve a little bit, but I think it's reasonable. Mox midi. You should almost always take the Mox. Surprised I haven't made her work in Standard more. You think she's good enough for Vintage Cube? She'd be good enough there. I know she sees like a little bit of play, but it seems like she should see like a shitload of play, you know? Surveilling for lands, I guess. Or are we surveilling for white sources? Standard is a turn 4 format, yeah. Yeah, that's part of it. She's going to stay around post-rotation, though, right? Because she's kind of a newer card. So far, I'm feeling silly for bidding the Swamp, because with the third land, I could Pest Infest the Mox Ruby. Don't love that for me. Have I been restocked on beer? I have not. I did make a whole like thing of Bloody Mary with this terrible pepper infused vodka I got. But the recipe needs tweaking. Boo. First tweak, fewer ingredients described as terrible. Yeah, but that's the only vodka I've got. So... so I'll be tweaking what I've got to like see if I can balance it out in one direction or the other. I guess. Feels kind of similar to what we were working with last time. Okay, that's helpful. I prefer the stuff I have the ingredients to make bottom defiling pupil. I do not have a strong preference between Caesars and Bloody Marys. So we'll snag him. Think about demonic tutoring for Chrome Mox. Chrome Mox imprint tragic, run out Jadar, and then I'd have more bodies for the air temple. The issue is if they tinker up that stupid 9/9 that I keep losing to, I want to have trajectory to pop it. Krang? No, the other 9/9 Tinkeroo target. Spell Bomb. Doesn't do anything here. Suppose, huh? I guess the thought with the Spell Bomb is that I Demonic Tutored. I probably have a play that I want to do with the Demonic Tutor here. What are everyone's go-to herbs and seasonings? I really like rosemary with beef. Like I grill a burger or a steak or something. Some crushed up rosemary goes pretty hard. I like basil on basically everything. pizza, pasta, sandwiches. If I have a bitter salad that I want to sweeten up, some basil helps a lot. Just activating the air temple deals them 11, but I think I want a Pest Infest here. I think it needs to be 2 artifacts for the Academy. Yeah, Coriander fucking rips. I've been on a big cumin kick lately, too. Just like a... That's not an herb, though, right? It's just a spice. I typically find, though, that, like, if I use more cumin than I would think, it ends up being awesome. Kind of a hard one to overdo. I decided to hit the Legend because they kind of do need a sweeper here. They're just dead. And the Legend of Kuruk could help them find it. Cumins for curries and stews. Yeah, a lot of curries, a lot of stews. Meatballs. Fucking... Yeah, when a battle sphere is not enough to stabilize, I think I'm gonna mull this. I guess. Fuck him. Yeah, beans and rice is the classic Citrine. Potatoes is another one. Something that I find like potatoes are just like less calorie dense than pasta. And so it's easier for me to keep my calorie count down and still feel full. And like they're both cheap as shit. It's like $3 for a whole bag of potatoes. And if you throw them in a refrigerator drawer, they last for a while. Got me. If they don't flash anything in, I probably just play the bob and pass. But now that I can get some kind of value here. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to grow potatoes. Super easy to grow, super bountiful, but then that's like time that you could be using on something that's like less cost effective to buy. Like the time I spend into growing like fresh herbs and lettuce and stuff is actually like a pretty good rate of return. Get Naudry too. You know what? I'm gonna keep that on top, and I'm not gonna play the Bob this turn. we'll play the bear. We made them discard their Mana Tithe and the Reprieve earlier off that Hymn to Tourach. Oh. These cards are so good, but I think we want to... Excuse me. Would Sephiroth have made this deck better? I think Sephiroth would have played pretty well here. Like, it wouldn't have been as good for the deck as Yawgmoth, but it would have been like another mini version of that, right? Like, better for the deck than in between Chatterfang and Yawgmoth. Hell yeah, B-Tids. Hey, sup, strategist. Another fun fact about that movie is that the machinations to move the plant would only go so fast. And so to get it like talking like a like regular human pace, they had to essentially shoot it slow and then speed it up. And so all of the scenes were with Rick Moranis talking to the plant. He's actually like talking in slow motion. Like, he shot the entire scene in slow motion and then voiced over it. And they sped up the whole thing so it matched. The movie made Rick Moranis too likable. I think that's just the issue with Rick Moranis, right? That's a casting issue. That's not a script issue. Kind of the issue with casting Michael Cera in that movie with the all the ex-boyfriends. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, yeah. Apparently in the comic, he was, more explicitly like a loser creep, dating a high schooler and all that shit. That's emphasized more. I am going to let that resolve. Interesting that they're not pathing the Yawg. But when you cast Michael Cera, he's just such a, like... I don't know if pathetic is the right word. Little that wimpy sort of charisma. Y'all remember when Air Temple was like my first white card? It was like the first card I was like, yeah, I might be in white. Fair enough. Hmm. An endearing loser instead of a loser creep. Yeah, I don't think he's supposed to be lovable at all. So activating Chariot gives me my tokens to spread the Air Temple. But I get to chump it and keep the Jace, which I don't love. Karakas and Chariot's kind of funny. If I dam a token, they lose one, go to 6, and then they have to double chump to lose 2 more, go to 4, take 4 die. Couple of Blood Artist pings, taking it home there. Plenty of other days for the puppy cam. I should actually go check on my stew pretty soon. I've got an oxtail stew cooking. Well, that's just annoying enough to have to kill here, huh? Was looking forward to playing Bob on 2. Can I get that Demonic Tutor back? I might want to go grab a dam here. Looks like they're on mono white. Ooh, Air Temple. Come on. A little puppy has come down. You brought me some stew? Yeah. Does it taste good? You didn't taste it? Thank you. Usually I come up to do a last check to like see if it needs to be adjusted with the seasonings and stuff.
You're gonna mess with your stew?
No, I'm not saying that you should have. I'm just saying that I was going to come up in just a second. Yeah. I do appreciate you bringing me stew. I wasn't. That's pretty good. I don't think I would have done anything to this.
Oh, hot.
That Lingering Souls might save my ass here. Are you gonna leave it on low for a little bit? Okay. Yeah, it just needs to get like put into jars and stuff. But I can come up and help with that in a sec. Okay. Machatter! Hi, Random Spectre. That Random Spectre is my wife! I guess I'll attempt to get blown out here. Just thinking about this air temple here, and how maybe I don't want them untapping with everything. Maybe I'll kill that prowess critter too. Could have also sacked all my squirrels and killed the Adeline. A tiny little dog has joined us. So rather than activate the air temple, they unexpectedly absented the blood artist. Seems pretty far down now. I like the idea of reanimating this mentor, but I wouldn't have a follow-up play. think one of these spirits should have served too. I could just reanimate Flicker Wisp and get another haster. If I was going to do that, I should have hit the Adeline. Swirl gets in, maybe. The nice thing about blinking my Chatterfang is that it makes their attacks more awkward. Oh my god, this Karakas. Like now the 1/1 from Adeline gets eaten by Chatterfang. Very cool. Interesting little game, huh? Some nice back and forth. So the Chrome Mox, in order to play this Grist turn 1, has to imprint Pest Infestation, so I gotta play that Swamp. Commence the squirrelsening. Grist. Well, this is unfortunate. Can I get this Pest Infest back? Can I swap it with this Bitterbloom Bearer? Little forest walk action here. God, Karakas is such a fucking butt of a card. GG. Oh, nice. I got some oxtail cartilage in this stew. This is literally my first time ever